My brothers and my sisters, we celebrate the 6th Sunday in Ordinary Time. This Wednesday is the beginning of the season of Lent. It's Ash Wednesday. Check our website for Mass times, catholicsofpleasanton.org. The readings are robust this weekend, and again, Jesus, who is healer, is front and center. And he's interacting with a leper. And importantly, as was heard and proclaimed in our midst, the Levitical law dictates that one who has leprosy and one who has sore or scab anywhere that's visible that has leprosy must declare that he or she is unclean. And you have to declare that when you come into a public space so that people can take their distance from you, because you're an outcast. You're a misfit toy. You're disfigured. Something is clearly wrong. You're obviously possessed, and people need to take distance. So I want you to imagine having to declare that publicly. That's what the Levitical law stated. So in the gospel, when Jesus encounters the leper in all likeliness went into that space, that public place, and said, unclean, 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 unclean. Imagine repeating that over and over and over at your workplace, inside of your classroom, around your neighborhood, in the mall, wherever it is you go. You have to declare publicly that you are unclean. The humiliation, the just absolute horror of having to express that. So this man with leprosy approaches Jesus, and at first, I am sure, people in that assembled space gasped. The horror of it. But then the second point of gasp is when Jesus reached out and touched him. One, that the leper is there and people want to take their distance, but while people are taking their distance, Jesus goes out to the outcast and grabs him and heals him. And is it so much the healing that's physical, my brothers and my sisters, or is it the fact that this man was alone and isolated and didn't have anyone with him and around him, and that Jesus brought presence, divine presence, into his life? And there's the beginning of healing. My brothers and my sisters, what we need to ask ourselves, what I need to ask myself, am I willing, or are you willing, to go out to where that outcast is? Are you willing, am I willing, to go out to that periphery so that one who's on the outside can come inside? That one who is isolated and alone can be in company and communion with another? Do you realize that as a Christian, as a Catholic, as a follower of Jesus, I'm called to go out to bring that person in? I need to extend myself so that I can be in communion and solidarity with the one who is on the out. Let us try to imitate Jesus' relationship to the leper. Let us strive to be someone who's willing to embrace people where they are at. Let us strive to be about the real healing, which is to encounter each other with compassion, with love, with justice, and with dignity. Have a good week. See you on Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent.